Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of Caydgaming, where we show you what's coming up in the world of online gaming. Today I am so excited to share Stolen Realm. This game is a favorite of mine. It is a lot of fun. I have about 25 hours in just about a month and a half of gameplay here. And I love it a lot because it takes some traditional, maybe turn-based mechanics and twists them on their head. This game essentially works like a party RPG. It does have roguelike mechanics as well. You can create a variety of characters as you see here, and you can create a party of 1 to 6 characters. The benefit being all these characters will actually change the difficulty, right? You can try and beat the game with 1 character, or you can hop into the character creator, create a large variety, and then from there, what you'll do is you'll jump in and it'll scale your enemies and their strength based on how many people are in the party. So it's not just great for solo play if you want to try, 6 different characters, but more than that, it actually works really, really well if you want to play with 4 people, if you want to play as a group of 6, you name it. So to start the game here in this overworld, I want to jump into combat for you. You click this portal. These 2 dots are side quests. The giant exclamation mark right here is a main quest. So what I want to do for the sake of this video, I actually want to show you guys a side quest here, just to get into some of the combat. So while it's loading, by the way, this is a great time for me to say don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, we upload new videos every single week where essentially we're showing you what's new, what's hot in gaming, and we sometimes throw it back to some old favorites too. So thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't, please click that subscribe button, and I appreciate your support. I can move around the camera with WSAD, and I'm running up here really to see this enemy. When I click on it, I'll start the combat, and since I'm playing solo instead of with friends, I'm deciding to control 2 characters here. I can select them and decide where I want them to start in this combat, and after engaging, you can see that enemy has spawned additional enemies outside. This right here is a shrine, is a decay shrine. Take 10% of your max health and shadow damage per turn. So I'm gonna take my priest here because she's a little more sensitive here. And I'm gonna set my shadow knight there and then just click that confirm all button so that way we're all squared up. So now if I want, I can control who gets to go in what order. So I'm gonna have my priest actually cast Shield of Light on him. And then her regular staff attack, right, uses up an action. If you look at the very bottom, you can see my health and my mana bar. There's a little dot above that, and that dot is how much action I can do. So some abilities simply take no actions, others take 1 or sometimes even more. So from there, I'm actually gonna have my regular guy come up and attack this elite here. And we killed it already. It is set to easy, to clarify. The Shadow Knight also has some magic, so I'm actually going to use one of my abilities that doesn't require any energy, and I'm going to attack that guy at range. So I think one of the fun things about this game when you play with your friends is your friends don't have to sit around and wait for you to complete your turn. They are able to actually, jump into the fight immediately at the same time as you. And I think that that's really, really fun. That way, in a lot of turn-based combat games, I have some friends who definitely, when they hop into play, they get bored, sitting there waiting to do something, basically. So here we go. The priest, one very cool quality of life thing. The priest has a staff equipped right now that actually heals with attacks as well. So if I wanted, I could attack my ally, but for the sake of this combat, I'm not going to. I will, however, use some mana finally to heal that Dark Knight that I have there, that Shadow Knight. And I'm just gonna skip an end turn for now. As you level up, you'll unlock new things that I think make combat a little bit more exciting and make it a little bit more challenging, but obviously this is the first side quest in the entire playthrough. End of battle reward screen, very standard here. It'll show you what you've received, and actually this is quite a variety of items here. You can see I got an intelligence ring, I got a shield. So after that, if I want to, I can press the I button and I can have this character equip something that I want. So right, my priest here, I'm gonna give her that sapphire ring. It's gonna help her a lot. And then I can move right along to the next area. Every time you go to a new area screen like this, it lets you choose on the right what do you want to do, right? An event, a battle, a hard battle. And in multiplayer, it makes you guys actually vote for it. And then as you play, you can have different pickups happen. So for example, flowers, I can harvest these if I land it at the right time. Ooh, perfect, see? I got some peace lilies. And these items, these are basically consumables that you can use either to help yourself or to craft something back in town. So they get a lot of things correct in creating the combat for this game. You can have so many different builds. Characters can multi-class really, really easily as well. I think that's a great quality of life improvement in this game too. And on top of it as well, I think it's nice that you can find some pretty wicked combos. You know, you can actually create an entirely magical team, for example, that's able to do quite a lot of magical damage by stacking up debuffs and then blasting your enemies. And as you can see here, we got a ton of rewards this time too. All right, so before I got here to the boss, I leveled up my characters, and you can see up here in the top left, as well as in the bottom left, I have points that I can spend. And I really want to show this to you because this is actually a really awesome, robust kind of skill system here. So I have my pre-selected. First, I'm gonna go to the skill tree. The skill tree is very cool in that right now I'm built into the light tree. That's how the priest starts. I have 3 starting abilities, which I can change when the game starts, by the way. I don't have to start with those. And from here, I can choose different abilities that I want to take in this tree, or I can immediately hop into another tree and say, hey, I want to build up the thief tree because there are some buffs I like. The monk, I want to take some of the monk's passives, for example, the druid, you name it. So it's actually really, really great. And my friends and I often kind of found ourselves multi-classing on basically every character we played. From there, you then go to your equipment screen. I think one of the lovely things about this is you can now upgrade your stats however you like. And when you highlight over, it very clearly explains what every stat does and what the effects are per point. Very good quality of life thing that I love to see in games like this. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit of intelligence, some might, and a little bit of vitality, because this is one of those games where your might actually also kind of buffs your full damage or your full healing. It's like power, basically. And I think I'm gonna give a variety here to my Death Knight, so that way he has kind of a mix. Okay, so now we're gonna jump in. This is the final boss for my side quest. And the cool thing I think they've done as well is some of these bosses just have very different mechanics. And you don't always know what's gonna happen, but as the difficulty scales up, as you complete more side quests, you are going to start to see more challenges kind of pop up, which I think is really, really great. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of unload here. Here we go, I'm gonna buff myself, I'm gonna damage him, and then I'm gonna end my turn here. I'm gonna buff us all with Bless, I'm gonna give myself a shield, and I'm gonna hit this boss too. So maybe an area for improvement. I think the story definitely needs to be fleshed out a little bit more. The story is really, really interesting, I think, in a lot of ways. There are definitely good parts to it. I think the reason why I say it needs to be fleshed out is this game unfortunately does have a way where you can just kind of choose your own path, and for better or for worse, unintentionally, you can actually end up fighting the final boss without even realizing it. And so the reason why I bring that up is just because, you know, for me and my friends, that was actually almost a turnoff for us. You know, we ended up exploring and doing the side quests because we wanted to level up. You know, we wanted to experience that kind of power fantasy. And I think, unfortunately for us, when hitting that final boss, it was just like, wow, this is really difficult. But also, we beat it. And now why bother doing the rest of the story? Why bother continuing at all anymore? So I think for what it's worth, definitely an area of improvement would be for them to put some limits on what you can do, where you can go. I think the other thing too is I think the combat could maybe be a little bit more complicated. I've only played on the normal difficulty, which isn't too hard. And my friends and I really love it that way. I think it's really, really been rewarding for that reason. But at the same time, I will say that the combat, almost always you'll only have like 1 energy until you get closer to the end game when you might be able to have 2 energy. And there are a number of abilities that don't require energy to use, but overall, I think it would be very much more interesting if things interacted more with each other. I think, you know, you can definitely see this game, it has a lot of fun and excitement and thought that's gone into it. I just think they could use a little more polishing on that side. But overall, I think it's a blast. I highly recommend you check it out. Again, I already have 25 hours, so go ahead. Let me know what you thought. Leave a comment below. Would you guys like to see more content for this game? Is this something you could see yourself playing, especially with friends? Don't forget to click that like button if you like what you saw, and most importantly, click that subscribe button. It means so much to me. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your subscriptions. It helps me so much, and I have a blast making videos for you guys. My name is Cade. I hope you enjoyed your coffee, and happy gaming.